Yeah, of course we're talking about the mirror image changes, which are quite big. They now do damage 15% and also give experience. I'm okay with them giving experience. Since they do damage, they're more of a threat. Them giving experience makes sense. But them giving how much is it? Like 75 experience on level 5. That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Like you can just never play mirror image when you're high level.
I mean,
and also
there's a
depending
count
on the matchup.
let me just 1 second about that. Just don't lose the illusions. Just resummon. It's one click.
Yeah, that's like saying just don't lose any unit, bro. Just micro.
Yeah, just play like happy.
Well, that becomes increasingly difficult if there is ample dispel to go around. Some matchups, some races don't have much dispel, but in this matchup especially, Destroyer is normally very good, especially paired with Frenzy Ghouls. So I think even without them giving experience, I think we would have never seen Mirror Image in this matchup. But in other matchups, perhaps. We'll see what the two here have in store. It is KraV's favorite hero, once again, the Crypt Lord. He didn't receive any changes this patch, but is still capable of summoning lots of beetles.
Well, not as many as in 1.34, because of course every undead is crying about the nerf of statues, which will come in later. Mana regeneration certainly hit, and I played some games already, and I feel it. Like, my statue micro is obviously not on the level of others in the scene, but it's very, very noticeable that Undead in general has to work with less mana.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to be an Undead player to realize that this is a huge nerf. I mean, it's 33%, which is, yeah, a lot. It's a thing that many people, including me, fear went too far, but we're gonna have to see how that works out over time. Crypt Lord now level 2. KraV is not expanding. He's teching up. Oh, but he might be going for the sneaky mid-tech expo. Is he gonna go for the skull? Yes, I can. Oh, yes, he is.
Wow, that's a lot. Good to see KraV back, that unusual style. And Blade Master not using mirror image in the early game, not even for creeping. That does surprise me to a degree.
Did Kevin just said mirror image is still better than melee units for Night Elf? When they have bears. I want to ban him so bad.
Well, you
want to ban him so bad. But,
you can show him.
Kevin, I know that you're a sweetheart, so you are lucky to survive today. Crypt Lord now level 3, pendant for him, quite good. And KraV is trying to expand indeed, where the Blade Master's just creeping up heavily. Level 3 already. Didn't find the most amazing items. On this map in general, it's pretty hard to stack up the Blade. But he is now very speedy indeed with the level 2 Windwalk.
Okay, he's trying to find KraV. He's not at the lab. TiesioG also one of the youngest players in the scene. Cool to see him rise. He was at Raraland, made an impact there in this Orc Mirror versus Pinky, which was cast by Carson and Hitman. Definitely look that up. It was clearly a highlight. But can he weather this mass tier 1 melee storm that KraV is building up?
Oh, he sets up the Haunted. The Blade Master's right there. Is he going to be fast enough to cancel? Yes. Unfortunate timing for KraV and perfect play by TiesioG. A bit lucky as well. He didn't exactly know this was going to happen, but he gets the cancel and the Acolyte. Ouch. What's happening in the main base? Ultra Storm taking lots of damage. Oh, that's a lot of melee damage.
Yep.
This Shadow Hunter may not come out in time.
It was a little cheaper.
Oh, does he? Does he? Oh, this is so... No, there's no way.
No, there's no way. But Crypt Lord is blocked. He still has a town portal as he's teching on the back of this expansion. And here's the Blade Master now.
Speed scroll pop, trying to save the grunts, and save them he will. Necropolis has to finish first to make the new Acolyte to try to set up the expansion again. So both players have been slowed down tremendously, with the Shadowhunter delayed for close to 2 minutes probably. But so is the Expo.
Exactly. And one way is Crypt Lord. Really not that strong. DK second now. He could transition into Fiends. He could go. Nice deal. Oh, wow. He was one-shotting these beetles, dude. Boop. Lack of statues for sure. Q's the tier 3 before. And what's KraV supposed to do now? Just beetle harass.
I guess that's not too much more he can do. He's got one more summon of beetles ready, and then it's going to be very dry for a long time. With the statue mana nerf, I imagine Undead will have to rely more on mana potions in the future. That being said, though, it's not like statues are bad units. They're still good units. So I was hoping KraV wasn't going to skip them entirely, and he doesn't. Here comes the Slaughterhouse now. But yeah, this expansion, very, very delayed.
Twisted Lol, thank you for the 7-month resub. Hello. Hello, you too.
The top goes down. No heal salves left.
Oh.
TiesioG has 0 healing available at the moment.
I'll hold on a little bit. Shadowhunter will be queued. Tier 3 on the way as well. And now we're going to see the new Brute Strength in a second. Usually it buffs the grunts with a little bit of extra damage and 100 HP. But now with the new patch, boom, you see it. 825. That's the new number. Get used to it.
Hells yeah. Lord trying to still buy time, distract, while the Blade is scouting around. Checks out the main, nothing too surprising there. Going to go towards the expansion where there's still no Haunted coming. Just a bit of an outpost over here.
Yeah.
And a sacrificial pit by KraV. KraV still loves to play his own unique style.
We've seen more shades recently in the scene, especially introduced by Happy in certain matchups. And yeah, why not? Vision is knowledge and knowledge is power.
Now, if you're playing the Ghoul build, we have lots of lumber. Normally that is not too hard to afford. 150 lumber is a sacrificial pit, which on a tight economy, on a tight budget, is pretty tough, but here he doesn't have to worry. Shadowhunter is out at long last. That means the Crypt Lord will have to use the TP here, maybe.
Backstab, block.
Shadow, though.
Shadow seems fine. Headhunters now, very, very late. They're a little more tanky, of course, with this. Oh, Hex coming in. Oh, KraV with a nice dodge. Zidaning his way out. Dodges the crit with a TP. Well done, you guys.
Yeah, the Crypt Lord didn't get much experience past level 3 and had to use the TP, but I think all in all, still a very good play for KraV because he created tons of space for the DK. He's very close to level 3 now himself, and here's the healer ready to heal up the Crypt Lord slowly but surely, and so is the statue. At the moment, only active on healing, not on mana, because that is unplayable.
Absolutely. Big mana potion, that will help out for sure. And we saw the Wand of Illusion. It's also nerfed. Only 2 charges instead of 3. Which is also for the better. Tier 3 online. Statues coming. And there's not much anti-air against it. Is it time for some Bad Riders?
Bad Riders?
Yeah, against Destroyers. Oh, we don't have a Bestiary, right? No, we don't. Well, then it's at least not time yet.
Not time yet, indeed. Frenzy, though, is ready. KraV is looking for the fight. With a push like this always smells like there's an expansion coming behind it, but we can see that's not the case. Oh, no, there it is now. Okay, finally. Lich is joining, and the orb is picked up. This is a big power spike for the Undead, and the Shadowhunter is only level 2 with low mana. That's the big concern here. This Tri-Hero for the Orc is very strong on high levels, but these levels are far from high.
Okay. New Shadowhunters, new Spirit Walkers coming in. They also have good damage with magic against grunts, ghouls. Shadowhunter level 2, Blade Master with an orb now. Also tremendous help against the beetles. And no level 2 Impale yet. But this expansion, this has to be dealt with.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, the big concern here for the Orc is the Destroyers. They are extremely good against this Grunt Walker army, so anti-air is much needed. Berserkers and Blade Master with an orb. He's got the Blade Master with an orb, but not insane items. Double Circlet and Gloves is nice, but it's not that super high damage range yet. And also no Berserker upgrade ready at the moment. And yeah, Expo done in less than a minute. And KraV knows, with that being set up, he's going to have tons of great income. And since he had this proxy base there, it's also going to be super protected.
Exactly. I worked on this for a long time, but gets it finally. TiesioG not ready at all. Supply might seem even, but the rest, not much. Okay, KraV is pulling back though. Here comes the Bestiary as well as the Berserker upgrade. So Raider, Bad Rider, maybe even Wyvern, possible soon. It's a calm before the next storm.
We've seen this issue time and time again. If the Shadowhunter is low level, normally the Orc can't fight in the late game, which shows now in retrospect how brilliant this attack on the altar was.
Yeah.
KraV committed heavily to kill that Altar of Storms, but that was a big deal because, like I said, without the level 2 heal wave, it's so hard for the Orc to fight. Also, that Shade, ready to see the harassing Blade Master in this game is starting to look better and better for KraV. TiesioG trying to be aggressive now with low-level heroes. Kind of worried about his options here.
Okay, he has a big healing. Blade Master can pack a punch, but the Headhunters have been taken out. 2 destroyers severely hurt. Now no statues on the ground anymore for KraV. Maybe there is a chance for TiesioG.
Is it though? Impale kills the TC and the frog, by the way. That frog had no ill intentions.
How fitting
Destroyers.
that a French player kills a frog.
True. And we can see how strong the destroyers are. With little anti-air, it's almost impossible to deal with them. There's still more coils to heal them up as well. Blade Master is going to get 1 kill. He finally got the level 4, but the Orc army has evaporated in the meantime, and the expansion is running for KraV. This seems like an almost unlosable position.
I would agree, but with Blade Master and Critical Strike, with a little bit of luck involved, there might be a chance. He can play from there. Very, very comfortable position. Let the statue work a little bit. Creep the map. KraV is in no rush at all.
Poker Flames. Oh, did you see it? No, it's on the Crypt Lord. Oh, one of the best feel-good items on the Crypt Lord. Tanky
Oof.
boy. Now also cloaked. Impale Surround. Beautiful Surrounded Blade. He's got the Emo Potion. Can he hold the surround though? He's trying to. Kind of. Not really. Trying to go for the hero kill. Needs this DK, and I think he can get it, especially with the crit. Doesn't even need that one. It's level 2 for the TC. Now the Aura also becoming available. Big play by TiesioG. But KraV has lots of resources, can afford this Tavern res easy.
Yeah, finally level 2 on the TC. Now we have to talk about movement speed auras. They've both been nerfed and they're actually providing the same amount of movement speed now. Endurance aura and Unholy aura respectively. Levels are getting online for TiesioG, but the big problem remains, and that's the second base. Sweet surround by KraV there, by the way, for a guy who hasn't played much recently in the past few weeks and months. Top notch.
Yeah, quite nice indeed. Forced at least an invuln. Alright, here we go. TiesioG now with a tiny Great Hall. This is something he desperately needed. That's a great availability always for the Orc in the late game on tier 3. Either if you're far ahead, you can play the tiny Great Hall, or for a desperate play to come back, you can play it. Something that's only available to them on the tier 3 stage, and it hasn't been scouted yet. KraV should certainly find out about that soon with the Shade. And if TiesioG can hold on for a few more minutes, he might be in a winning position. But KraV had this expansion for way longer, and he's got a clear supply at the moment.
Okay, this is the time to strike. The iron is hot. Reinforced defenses online, so is the Walker Master training. So walkers can revive themselves and have more mana in general. He will not have the time for this red spot though, and there's no TP.
Destroyers in the air. That's going to be a lot of burrows going down. This isn't going to make reaching that supply to even out the armies any easier at all. Blade Master is the first to arrive at the party. But KraV doesn't have a TP here, by the way. Hero kill has to be the way, I think, for TiesioG. I think that's the only way he can win this game still, with hero kill.
Shadowhunter out of the fight very, very early on. Maybe the reinforcements. There was big investments by TiesioG, of course. Impale, only level 1, only the stun. Kodo trying to eat, but just sacrifice it itself. The air, still untouched. I wonder, is it not time for Bat Riders? Would be so good against them. But no, apparently not. Stun on the ground with a stomp again. With the help of the shop and the instant reinforcements, can TiesioG hold?
Mana for KraV is running low, but also health of the TC running quite low indeed. Pops a speed scroll, runs away, and gets away. But the ghouls still quite the threat here. 1-1 upgraded, and ghouls are coming in. Reinforcements quickly. KraV now. Oh, going for the Lich, and he goes down. And the hero kill may be successful with a Lich dead. A lot of damage is missing from this Undead army.
KraV, not too much left anymore. The Blade Master doesn't require mana, of course. Trying to go for the DK, also floating 1200 gold. That is a lot, KraV. No TP. Also, only 1 coil. Gotta be so careful with these heroes now. They're a lifeline. 138. And TiesioG does indeed hold Lich. Killed again. And now level 3 TC.
Oh my god, dude, he's turning this around. And KraV doesn't have enough lumber, and he doesn't have enough production. KraV only had 2 production buildings this whole time. The macro is slipping hard for KraV. It didn't attack with a TP here.
There's a hex.
KraV was in a great position, but he made a couple of big blunders. Still trying to fight on, is he? No. TP out now, losing 1 more ghoul, and now the heroes are online. Like I said earlier, this Orc Tri-Hero has a long incubation phase until it's finally at full strength, but once the levels are there, they are super strong.
Oh man. Level 3 crit, level 2 HUF and Hex, level 2 Stomp? That is indeed fantastic. And TiesioG macroing better. Better setup with his 2 bases. And KraV is running out of speed. He does have level 2 Impale now. Heal Scroll, Mana Potion, Invo Potion, all that good stuff is available. Still a lot of grunts, but Stomp is there. Hex and the DK immediately to get out of harm's way.
Yeah, KraV very low on potions, very low on destroyers oftentimes. A couple of clear mistakes here showing. Also, he needs Frost Armor. The fact that he didn't go for Frost Armor is almost crazy.
Yep.
But he wanted to have the mana from the beetles. This was another big mistake. Oh, Impale, trying to surround the Shadow, but it's also kind of stuck there. In fact, the Shadow gets out. And TiesioG, if he gets away, if he gets back to the shop, he may be favored, but mana on the Orc side also extremely low.
Invo Potion, TC wiggles out of the surround. Devour, not possible really big this spell, but not leading to any kills. All of a sudden, DK is level 4 and we're still fighting as KraV has still that huge supply lead somehow. Shop is set up at this expansion, more Kodos, more Headhunters. And KraV healing up a little bit.
It's gonna take some time to kill this Drake. We don't have much anti-air in this Undead army. Should give over the orb, but well, KraV, well, at least now he's gonna have time to macro up a bit more, take care of his bases. A second crypt, though, honestly, should have been added a long time ago.
Yep.
Imagine with double crypt, the resupply you would have had. More upgrades, more crypts, more ghouls, and this game could have been quite winnable already, but it's up in the air right now. Orc army is small, but the heroes are strong.
Are we ready to fight again? Are we putting all faith into the Blade Master? That Shade paid dividends. That was nice. KraV also sending the statue back to not fall victim to the Blade Master in transit. And there is the 3rd base for KraV that will be the so-called Stalemate breaker.
Missing a bit of lumber at the moment for the Haunted, but we'll rectify that soon.
Ooh, Death Pack, by the way. Instead of Aura 2.
Okay. It's gonna give a bit more security to this DK. I think Frost Armor still would have been the better choice, but well, for level 4 maybe. Cryptord in trouble right away. Hex doesn't come in time. The damage against the Cryptord is insane.
Big dispel on the beetles. Soaks up a little bit. Here's the coil, but there's only 1 more. Mana Potion used, Heal Scroll used, and KraV has to get out with almost a Kodo kill.
Nice speed scroll save there.
Here, hey.
Supposed to be a tanky boy, but without the bonus armor, we can see how the blade slices through him.
We get Fiends, A-Bombs, and Banshees now. It's time for Possession. And Curse, of course, amazing against the blade, but there's the spell.
One destroyer also getting caught. Oopsie, he's in the wrong neighborhood. Good experience for the Orc heroes.
Dude, what a game.
KraV still lots of gold. Yeah, Banshees with Curse are gonna be extremely helpful. A-Bombs, I'm not so sure about. But I think the biggest mistake, perhaps of the whole game, certainly the biggest macro mistake, is no second crypt. Like, whatever you play, be it ghouls or fiends, or maybe even gargs in a weird world, on 2 bases you need double crypt. Which I think KraV is heavily suffering from.
Remo, I see a thing that will make you very happy.
Oh, Torrens?
Yes.
Hell yeah, bro. Let's go, baby.
Let's give me some Undead Tauren. Please possess a Tauren.
Honestly, I think it would be a big mistake to go Possession. It takes too long. Just spam Banshees nonstop for Mass Curse. It's probably the better way to go about it.
But is it the more
is
it the funner way?
It certainly is not.
Let's see.
But, you know, what's more fun, Neo? Winning or losing? I mean, you have a lot of experience with losing, but let me tell you, winning normally feels better.
Oh, Mr. I'm so good at Warcraft. Are you even 2000 MMR, dude? Are you even able to talk about that?
Well, I could easily get 2000 MMR if I wanted. I mean, that's obvious. But since that is no challenge even, I mean, why waste my time? I wanna learn different races rather, which is gonna be Night Elf soon, which is gonna be a more exciting journey. The journey for the Orc has to be up onto the high ground because the new expansion is coming up. All right, here we go. Storm versus Impale. The Impale hit nothing. Literally nothing. Complete airball. KraV this game certainly didn't have the sickest Impales. Maybe needs some coaching lessons from Ito that way. Whereas the TC is landing heavy. But the TC now almost out of mana as well.
That Impale was a lot better. Impact from Torrent, not that noticeable. Kodos can't really eat that. Oh, Shadow Hunter. He has a lot of mana, but will he be able to save himself? Hex to prevent the Impale. Blademaster also in a world of trouble. 228 for the critical strike. And TiesioG, I don't think you can conquer this hill. Not with that Impale. Shadow Hunter. Oh, here comes the coil, and the blade will fall as well. GG. What a game. KraV takes 1-0.
Damn, that was a great back and forth. It seemed like TiesioG had finally stabilized. I think he attacked too early there, though, maybe. If TiesioG just sits back, builds up 80 supply, like full 80 supply, with a couple of torrents, like these ghouls were mostly on A-click. If he waits for a few more, could have been a different story, maybe. But he felt the need to attack up the high ground. I think the impatience there cost him in the end.
What a fun game, though. This was once again match where we didn't see the impact of the patch too much, I'd say. The grunts, maybe the most noticeable. Statues, of course, but if you're KraV, expansions still work.
Yeah, I guess it does. Despite the Blademaster having the great timing there, it was the very unusual destruction of the Altar of Storms that changed everything. Nobody goes for that play. That never happens. This is why TiesioG got caught so off guard by this attack, and this is what threw everything off the rails. Also, I would say, if this blade had gotten more good items, could have been a different story. That's the big problem always with Concealed. It's really hard to stack the Blademaster, which is not really the case here. On Northern Isles, you can do that pretty reliably.
Exactly. We move on to Northern Isles. This is, by the way, also a first time ever in the Warcraft scene. Not only the debut or the premiere of Foggy versus Leon, but also the first time KraV plays TiesioG. Can he close it out 2-0 as well? Let's find out.
And I think now both players have to go into a bit of mind games. KraV has to think about, is TiesioG going to play Blademaster? We all know he loves playing Blade, but if you want to play aggressive and keep your opponent in check, Farseer is the better option. If it is Blademaster, this could be a really easy fast expansion for KraV. Is he willing to take that gamble, though, is the question.
Exactly. KraV bottom left-hand side, TiesioG upper right-hand side. There, it's fixed now. I think these guys are so stubborn that they just go on with their style. Will the Prophet have another epiphany? Or will there be a change? Blade it is. DK. Okay.
DK Ghouls.
Yeah.
That's a style that's normally very one-base and micro-focused and not at all considers expansions. Which is weird since it's KraV.
Yeah, I agree. Damn. Okay. Todd is in chat, by the way, saying this fool Remo invited me as well.
And I can tell you what he said as well. He said he would rather sever a certain part of his body than play in a 1v1 tournament.
Well, Meisterschaft is starting in 3 weeks. Are you all hyped for that? Later tonight, Meisterschaft relegation, by the way.
I guess he has to make Austria proud. Where he resides now.
I wonder if he met up with Francis already.
Francis? Where does Francis live?
Austria. Austria isn't that big.
I mean... Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to argue with me that Austria is a big country. It's a great country, of course, but size is not everything. I keep telling me that.
DK has a sacrificial skull. Is he actually going to expand? No way, Jose. KraV, he loves to be crafty and loves to play in a hard-to-predict manner. So it might once again be a similar play here. Start teching and then expand during the tech.
Is it mirror image this time, though, Remo?
I would be shocked.
We do have Wand of Illusion again, so a certain illusion will be there. Can he fool his opponent by summoning a Wand of Illusion and trick him into thinking that it's mirror image? Well, he figured that out first hit, but the damage is so little that might still be fooled.
A player's forces are
Items for
under
KraV
attack.
are amazing, by the way. Has the rod by a dust as well. Knows about the Blade Master. And this is where the expansion is being crept, and the Yakka could come over to expand, and there it goes. Blade again playing a very passive early game, just trying to get level 3 fast, which he will. But this means the expansion may come up more early this time. Oh, Ring of Regen.
Yo.
Boggies!
Yo, it's really good. Illusions help with creeping for TiesioG. Tier 2 on the way, 1/3 for KraV. Almost done for TiesioG. But yeah, he has to figure out that there's an expansion going on, which is very atypical, as you already explained.
A player's forces are under
One of the
attack.
big problems for ORC early game in many matchups is scouting. You don't have footies you can easily send out, you don't have skellies, you don't have wisps. So how do you find out what's going on? Sometimes with peon scouts, especially against Night Elf, but against Undead you basically never see it. The Blade Master with Windwalk of course can now do it. But it's only one man to scout the whole map. Look at the grunts, by the way. Super passively parked in the main base. TiesioG worried they're gonna get surrounded and killed.
Yeah. They did the greens, okay. For the expansion, you need a little bit of backup. And that's coming now in the hands of a Shadow Hunter.
He just bought a Wand of Illusion. What? Why?
Good item. He's jealous of the mirror image buff.
That's so weird. That's not sure if that's exactly optimal. He's going for the same play again. Early on tier 2, go for building destruction, but this time the altar too far back, too protected, no beetles, can't take that one up. They can take the shop out. The Blade Master has to buy new salves before the shop falls, and he does. With the shop going down, not that big of a deal, since it's got the 4 salves in the inventory.
Blade gets out of the surround, kills another ghoul. That might be too soon. And in comparison to map 1, losing a shop is not as big as losing an altar.
Oh, Shadow is gonna have to go heal wave first, maybe. Oh, he doesn't do it in time!
Oops.
Oh, poor TiesioG. Oh, that's something he must feel very bad about. Oh, that's not good.
He also had...
That's not good at all.
No! He also had Hex ready. Could have prevented that.
Yeah, he wanted to give over the salves, heal up the blade from the Shadow, and then use Hex, but it was not quite fast enough.
Okay, so hero kill and a base is up against you.
Yeah, that's not good.
No!
He needs the hero kill. TiesioG, you need to kill this DK right now.
I think
But it ain't happening.
the DK is rather killing a grunt. Or just walks it off.
Yeah, the DK here with level 3 and with these 3 items is actually super strong in these little harassment, skirmish kind of scenarios. Ooh, KraV cruising towards tier 3. He's got the slaughterhouse coming. He's delaying the Lich for a long time, surprisingly.
Shadowhunter's getting solo experience. That's good. I was told in the past 2 months that I have to look for silver linings in my cast. So this is what I learned.
I like that. Like I said, you've become an optimist.
Yes!
Very good.
Love the everything. Sack pit again.
Pit again. Dude, KraV, how long are you gonna delay this Lich, buddy?
Can you just kill the Shadowhunter by coiling him a couple of times?
Well, he's gonna try.
Yep.
Oh. That's a painful game for TiesioG. This is no fun. And this is the downside of playing Blade Master. You are a lot weaker in the early and mid game. Shadowhunter, he saw his life flash before his eyes right there. That was a near-death experience. He does barely survive, but again, very similar to map 1, Shadowhunter has no momentum going into the mid game.
This time we see almost the Remo build with an early temple for early curse.
A player's forces are under
Geese? Yeah, very, very strong. Sells the Ring of Regen! KraV, how could you?
I get
2 open item slots.
I get the from your pronunciation that you don't really like that move.
I am not a fan, no sir.
Ah, okay, well, just making sure. TiesioG gets one now. If you don't want it, I give it to the other player. Says the RNG
Water
Jesus.
Shredder to help him with creeping. That's 400 gold for a lumber unit.
Can also fight.
Can it though?
forces are under attack.
Can it though?
Not for long. Oh, there's a coil coming, isn't there? Invis KraV. Can he last it?
Reference.
Can he last it?
Just
The
reference.
Reaver?
A Shredder costs just as much as a Frostworm. Is it as strong as a Frostworm, Neo? What do you think? Oh,
Depends. Oh,
he
close.
almost got it.
But he got the
That's
item.
the item though. Yeah. Oh, that Wyvern wants to be coiled real bad.
Boop.
Oh, I need to surround him. If he surrounds him, he kills him. Yes, I need to surround him.
Forces are under
But
attack.
not that easy on a hex target. Big mana potion. Or was it the mana stone? Well, whatever it wasn't enough. GG. KraV's our winner.
Indeed, and he will be up against Foggy in the semifinal tomorrow. Good showing by KraV after a little bit of absence in the scene. Game 1, a little rusty here and there, but game 2 with an unusual strategy. Just like that.
Yeah, nicely done. KraV, always a wild card, always up for crazy games. And if you guys remember those games from DreamHack, KraV versus Foggy were normally amazing and super nutty. And on a new patch with the deck reshuffled, I wonder what that's going to be like tomorrow.
Well, you only have to wait 22 hours because that will be our first game. The first semifinal tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central European Time. But the good thing is, Remo, we have 2 more games.
That's correct. We're going to the second half of the bracket here of the quarterfinals. We're going to have Dice versus Sheik next, and then Hawk versus Starbuck. Close out our day.
Exactly. Here, the bracket is Foggy advancing 2-0 over Leon. KraV gets the win for the Playing Ducks with the 2-0 over TiesioG. Next up is Dice versus Sheik. A little bit of a switcheroo there. And then Hawk is finished with his World of Warcraft raid and can play against Starbuck. A DreamHack classic, I'd say. So after 2 games that we've never seen in competitive Warcraft, we will see a game that we just saw yesterday in the weekly. Can Sheik do better with more conventional strategies, or will it be Dice to step over him once again? All of that after a little bit of a break.